On Smart Lagos this week, the Lagos State government steps up efforts to improve the lives of residents with renewed focus on power supply, food security and public safety. We take you to a strategic power town hall where stakeholders deliberate on finding lasting solutions to the challenges of electricity supply across the state. Also, a new fresh food hub is unveiled in Agege, bringing a new dimension to food distribution and market access. And the state government rallies stakeholders for stronger collaboration in safeguarding lives and property across Lagos. All this and more coming up on Smart Lagos. Thank you for joining us. I am Joy Ken Apakpuya.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
This week in Lagos, your window into the heartbeat of Africa's largest city. From efforts to improve electricity supply to finding lasting solutions to persistent power outages, the Lagos State government is engaging key stakeholders to chart a new course for the power sector. Let's take a look at the details in this report. The high-level strategic meeting brought together key players in the electricity sector to find practical solutions to Lagos's power challenges. Discussions centered on boosting generation, strengthening transmission and distribution infrastructure, expanding metering, and creating a more efficient electricity market for homes and businesses.
We are now charting a way forward towards ensuring that at the end of the day, the people of Lagos have an environment that electricity is sustainable and everybody is proud to be a Lagosian.
The state has renegotiated its existing IPPs to ensure that they're bankable and ensure that it doesn't rely on the state's balance sheet. So sellers and buyers are able to, provide energy and pay for the energy.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu called for stronger coordination among government, regulators and power sector operators to address the challenges affecting electricity supply in the state.
We've been very frank with each other. We've been really alive to our individual responsibility. And one of the things that have turned up here is you can see that the political will is there because the entire leadership of Lagos State is here seated in our political structure. The regulatory from the national state assembly is here. The federal regulators are also here, from the minister, the special advisor to Mr. President on power, NISO, TCN, everybody's here. On our regulatory side, like SEC, LISO, NISO, everybody had an opportunity. The general investing public and operators and practitioners, DISCOs have spoken, our financial people have spoken. So I imagine we've covered everybody, that is representing one sector or one stakeholder or the other. For me, part of my major takeaway are some of the works or some of the things that have been said by the regional manager from AFC, who, very, very clearly mentioned to us 5 critical points that are low-hanging fruit that even us as a government can do better from tomorrow. He mentioned that our information can be a lot better, what we're doing, even how we communicate the outcome of this engagement, this town hall meeting. It's so critical. And information, they say, is power, is a very strong tool that we cannot take for granted. The little things that we're doing, is either the customers are not aware, is either the various stakeholders are not aware, and we're all just running like endless chicken. So there's the need for us to have a clear communication as regulators. We want to also have laws and rules, and you cannot also not enforce it, then we're all just wasting our time. So enforcement from both sides, from both parts, we think we need to do better. And he mentioned universal smart metering, revenue assurance. These are still low-hanging that we can do for protection of what we currently have, to ensure that, we can transparently see, what is happening where we are and how do we take that forward. He had mentioned regulatory capacity, both on the federal side, on the state side. We have to enhance the professionalism at those levels so that they're speaking not just the language, they understand what the issues are, and they can take, the conversation forward. And lastly, he mentioned narratives. At the end of it, narratives is perception. If we are not, taking those narratives in a way and manner where the funders or the investor cannot see, the pathway, then nobody will make the call. Nobody will. So the narrative, has to be, well thought out. I mean, as the governor sitting here, I would not say that we've all ticked everything as a government, but you can see, quite frankly, that there's a willingness for us to take this forward. There's a genuine, wish, which I'm sure all of us here share, that this sector can indeed be better than where we are today. And if we all agree to work, together, there will be disagreements, there will be different opinions, but at the end of the day, let's all still come together. I think we will fairly move. And like we said from the beginning, if Lagos gets it well, there's a likely chance that other parts of the country will model it, tinker with it, and it will be to the countrywide benefits. And so when we say to TCN, do this, it's not because we want to stifle other parts of the country. We just want to use it as a springboard, as a learning platform, to be able to get to other places. So on this note, I think it's been a very, very, very engaging town hall meeting. I'm indeed very happy with the level of turnout this afternoon, and the same energy, the same number of people will have start the meeting with us. You've kept faith with us for the past 4 hours. I think that's a big round of applause to everyone. I mean, it shows the level of commitment we've given, to this thing. But we shouldn't let this just drop off. I would advise that this is August. Maybe we should give ourselves 5 to 6 months. We're going to election period. There's a lot of politics that is coming up. But I think this is also important for us as a people, that we should not drop the ball. So maybe in 6 months' time, I think it's a fair enough time for us to review. So December, January at the latest, we should be able to call, this kind of a meeting again, where we will be able to hold ourselves accountable, where we'll see that how far will the story of my good friend in Eco Power had ruled us through. He gave us that we should clap for him like 40 times. So, we were clapping, and then we'll see how other players, other new markets, have come in, and so that we can, indeed know that we're not just, talk.
Representing the Minister of Power, the Director of Distribution Services, Baba Mustafa, said Lagos requires more than 6,000 megawatts to meet its electricity needs, but currently receives far less from the national grid. He identified gas supply, generation capacity, transmission infrastructure, distribution bottlenecks, and metering as critical areas requiring urgent attention.
The Federal Ministry of Power is ready to deepen engagement with Lagos State, TCN, NAC, Lagos Regulatory Agency, LISO, Ikeja Electric, Eco-Disco, gas suppliers, and private investors to ensure that this priority are translated into bankable project and measurable improvement in electricity.
With the state targeting an additional 2 gigawatts of supply, stakeholders are expected to develop clear action points and establish a baseline for measuring progress at a proposed review meeting in the next 5 to 6 months.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
This week in Lagos, your window into the heartbeat of Africa's largest city. Beyond electricity, food security remains a key priority. In Agege, the Lagos State government has unveiled a new facility expected to reshape the way fresh food gets to consumers. Here's the report. The newly inaugurated Lagos Fresh Food Hub at Penn Cinema, Agege, is part of the Lagos State government's food systems transformation agenda aimed at making food more affordable, accessible, and efficiently distributed. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says with over 70% of the food consumed in Lagos produced outside the state, the government is developing a network of modern food hubs to improve the movement of produce from farms to markets and ultimately to consumers.
Lagos can become not merely a great consumer of food, but a significant producer processor, enabler, distributor, and in time, exporter of fish, poultry, vegetables, and other agricultural commodities. The construction we're having at Okpebi has gone to advanced stage. They are all different shapes, but I think it's about this size. We're also building one in Bombata in Lagos Island. Hello to the islanders. We're going to Ikorodu. We're building one in Ikorodu as well. We're going to Festa, but we didn't find enough land in Festa, so we'll go to Apapa, and we're building one in Apapa. I hear that my Badagry people are complaining that we need to come to Badagry. So give us land so that we can also get to Badagry. But the main hub is in Ekpe already. Alara is looking at me. The hub is in Ekpe already, so you don't have anywhere to go to. So from your own, from the hub in Ekpe, you just go to your various market. So you can see that there is no part of the state that is being left behind. Construction is at advanced stage in Lagos Island, in Okpebi, in Apapa, in Ikorodu, and like I said, we're still going to Badagry. So everybody will have a simon and respected of real infrastructure that have been built. That is precisely the phase Lagos is now entering, from construction to operation, from projects to a system, from promise to performance. Our long-term objective is unambiguous. We want to have a structured, modern food hub in almost every local government of the state, so that no community is left outside in the network of what we're building.
And that means it's going to give a lot of market folks an opportunity to do their business in a structured environment.
Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, Abisola Olusanya, said the hub is expected to facilitate over 5 billion naira in food transactions annually when it becomes fully operational in 6 weeks.
The thinking behind these controlled hubs also goes beyond food distribution. We are trying to deal with some of the problems that have become almost inseparable from the way food is traditionally traded in a city like Lagos.
Today is not merely about commissioning another physical structure. We are commissioning an idea, an opportunity, a stronger food system, and most importantly, a new chapter in the economic life of Agege.
The 7,000 square meter facility, which complements the existing hubs in Mushin and Abijo, features a spacious trading floor, dry and cold storage facilities, a dedicated seafood section, ample parking space, and electric vehicle charging points.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
This week in Lagos, your window into the heartbeat of Africa's largest city. And as the state continues to drive development across sectors, ensuring the safety of lives and property remains a major priority. This is why stakeholders are being urged to strengthen collaboration in securing Lagos. Our next report has the details. Represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Bimbola Saluhudein, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu said his administration has continued to strengthen Lagos's security architecture through investment in technology, intelligence gathering, training, and interagency collaboration. He stressed that lasting security cannot be achieved by government alone, urging residents and stakeholders to embrace a culture of shared responsibility in protecting lives and property. The governor also called on retired heads of service and permanent secretaries to leverage their experience in developing practical solutions to strengthen crime prevention, emergency response, and public confidence.
I therefore encourage this distinguished gathering to go beyond discussion and develop practical, actionable recommendations that can strengthen prevention, community participation, intelligence sharing, emergency response, and public confidence. As a government, we remain firmly committed to listening, learning, and drawing from the wealth of experience within our public service community as we strengthen security across our dear state. We recognize that lasting security is not achieved by government alone. It requires strong institutions, effective coordination, community partnership, and the collective responsibility of all stakeholders. people can operate with confidence, communities can flourish, and where every resident can live, work, and prosper with greater peace of mind. We will continue to strengthen the systems, partnerships, and institutions required to make Lagos safer, more resilient, and more secure for all.
Head of Service Bode Aguru described the protection of lives and property as a foundation of sustainable development, while the Alaro's President Nuruddin Ojora Adejiyan called for greater investment in surveillance technology, intelligence sharing, and stronger community participation to tackle insecurity.
Every resident of Lagos State to work together in fostering a culture of vigilance, responsibility, and respect for the rule of law and shared accountability.
Safety and sanctity do not just happen. They are the result of collective consensus and public investment. That reason remains true to today.
Nigerians should be rest assured that the Nigerian police force is always there to make sure that Nigerians are secured. And all we need is just collaboration, cooperation, synergy with all the security agencies and the citizens too.
The summit ended with a renewed commitment by stakeholders to deepen collaboration and build a safer, more secure and resilient Lagos.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
This week in Lagos, your window into the heartbeat of Africa's largest city. And finally, in education, outstanding academic performance has been rewarded as the Lagos State government celebrates excellence among graduating students of the Lagos State University. It will interest you to know that 2 of the best graduating students got 20 million naira each. Let's take a look.
The academic procession set the tone as the Lagos State University community, dignitaries and families gathered for the conferment of doctoral degrees on scholars who have distinguished themselves through years of research and academic pursuits. The Vice-Chancellor of Lagos State University, Professor Ibiyemi Olatunji Bello, described the occasion as a celebration of intellectual achievement and the university's commitment to advancing knowledge, urging the new doctors to embrace research, innovation and lifelong learning.
The university will graduate a total number of 20,604 students. You leave this institution at a moment when its name carries more weight, more pride, more promise than it has in its entire history.
Our landmark achievements, including being the sole Southwest beneficiary of the 3 billion naira Pedfund grant for the Center of Excellence in Artificial Intelligence, Robotics, and Cyber Sciences, prove that the degree you hold today carries immense contemporary weight. The world is waiting for your expertise. Use your advanced knowledge to solve the complex economic, social, and technological challenges facing our state and our nation.
In his goodwill message, the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu congratulated the doctorate recipients and the university's management, urging the new doctors to deploy their knowledge and expertise to the development of Lagos State and Nigeria.
Among today are 494 first-class graduates. Among Aitara Lawal Olawale of the Department of Project Management, who finished with a grade point of 4.9. Among us today is also Adebanjo Samuel Oluolumide of the Department of Aeroscience Engineering, who finished with a grade point of 4.97. A son of Lagos, who studied the science of flight and came with 300 of percentage. It is as if this university wished to remind us that lastly, the sky is not a limit. The sky is indeed a syllabus. But let me also honor those whose triumph does not transfer any record. Some of you crossed the stage carrying stories that only your families know. You traded in the morning and you read at night. You studied by phone lights when the power failed. You buried loved ones in the middle of the semester, and you still returned to sit for your examination. And so I've also not forgotten the over 3,383 postgraduate graduates, among them 238 new doctorals of philosophy. You remind us that this university learning has a ceiling. To you falls a special duty to expand the frontiers of knowledge, to mentor those coming behind you, and to keep scholarship in the service of human progress. For the 2 years running, 2025 to 2026, this university has been the most subscribed, sought after, best university in the whole of our country, with more than 84,000 young people choosing LASU first above every other institution, even my own Unilag. Hello. Times Higher Education has ranked LASU as the best state university and the third best university overall in Sub-Saharan.
For the new doctors, the conferment marked the accumulation of years of academic commitment, research and sacrifice, with some expressing gratitude and excitement over the achievements.
I congratulate each and every one of them because this is a real deal, it's a milestone. And my advice is that they should not forget their alma mater. They should come back and invest in the academic, in education in Nigeria and Lagos State most importantly. And also, they should make the Lagos State proud.
Lagos State University has gone beyond what you ever imagined a state university will be. It's now a very high standard of learning. And today is a very important day. Today is when you show reward for all the work that the students, postgraduate students have done. I celebrate the PhDs, the honorary degrees, the distinguished professors, and with that, this is part of human capital development of the country. And Lagos State University is doing more than its fair share.
We thank Almighty God for making today's possible. We also appreciate our own governor, Mr. Selebu, the visitor of the university, for the opportunity given to hold this year convocation. We appreciate him. We thank the Vice Chancellor. In fact, from the Pro-Chancellor to the Vice Chancellor to the management team, I appeal to them to keep the flag flying, keeping the name of the university anywhere they are. Let them know that LASU, the founding father of LASU, did a lot of work to make LASU great for us. So they should also keep the flag flying. Anywhere they are, they should know that we are LASU and we are great.
We give God all the glory, honor, adoration for making today to come to pass. And also I want to congratulate all the graduates and I wish them well. Also, I will also congratulate my governor, His Excellency, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, for his efforts in making sure LASU moves forward.
We want to wish them to make use of the opportunity given to them to have come to LASU, and God will be with them. They are going to the open market and they should serve and then diligently. May God be with them.
Being the second one, it has been a good roadmap and actually a successful journey.
This our generation. We should strive for excellence.
Determination today is a success tomorrow. To be focused, to be resilient, and to trust absolutely in Almighty God. Because with God, nothing shall be impossible. And I will also heard this Yoruba saying that says, "A kì í kí aláṣẹ tí kú iṣẹ́." So, greater is the end of a thing than the beginning. There should be utmost desire to finish strong.
The ceremony featured the conferment of professional and academic doctorate degrees alongside honorary doctorate degrees to distinguished recipients. For the new doctors, the achievement marks not only an academic milestone, but a renewed responsibility to apply their knowledge towards the advancement of society.
And that's our package on Smart Lagos this week. From improving power supply and strengthening food security to building a safer and more secure Lagos, the state government continues to pursue initiatives aimed at making life better for residents. Thank you so much for watching. I am Joy Ken Abakpuya. Remember, a smarter Lagos begins with you. Stay safe.
You want the best in